Right now I'm going to make the crown or tiara that's going to go on the top of this cake. So I'm going to use this mold. You can use any mold. Look at the molds you've got and see what might be appropriate for you. But this one, and this is a really pretty mold. Normally you would use it this way and just drape it on the cake. But I'm actually going to flip it around, and I think this makes a nice crown top. And obviously it can't sit on this, so I'm just going to cut it, right? Make a nice straight line after I mold it. And try and make a tiara out of it. So I've just got some plain fondant here that I've kneaded up. I'm going to roll it out. Kind of flat, sort of semi-flat. Now I'm just going to stretch it out, kind of make it do what I want it to do. Stuff it in there. You can make it thicker if you want. I know it's kind of thin here. Looks good. Okay, I'm just going to flip it over. It should just come right out. Makes a pretty nice tiara, so I'm just going to cut this straight across. Let's see, I kind of like right here to right there. If you want, you can use a ruler, but I'm just using the pattern to help me decide where I want that. Now, this is kind of plain to me, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use my border and glaze cutter, or if, like I said, if you've got any sort of other cutters, plunger cutters, I'm going to cut out some pieces in here just to make it look more like a tiara. So let's see. I can cut out inside here. This is my plunger cutter. Get a little 5-petal. Just anything you got. Get little cookie cutters. I'm just going to cut out in the holes here just to make it look prettier. And I can cut out with either of these. And cut out a little hole in the center here. Let's see, we can cut them out anywhere we want. Just to give it a little lace look. Okay, and then I want to give it a little bit of shine. So I'm going to go ahead and take my Super Pearl and again dust it on here. This is a very glitzy, girly cake. I also have some pretty pearls here. You can make these yourself. They're ready made, so I'm going to go ahead and just pop them on. If they don't want to stick, you can use a little water. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to form this like a crown. We don't want a flat crown. It wouldn't stay on my head very well. So what I want to do is I want to curve it. Now the top of my cake is a 6-inch cake. So I probably want probably 3.5, 4 inches diameter for the curve. That'd be about the right size for this cake. So what I went around the house and looked for things that were about that size. And I came up with all sorts of stuff. This is just a cardboard, this is peanut butter, cardboard, this is quick oats. And I mean, this was a metal tube, a mailing tube that I happen to have from a calendar from ages ago. So you can just go ahead and lay it on anything that's not going to roll. Just lay it on. I'm going to go ahead and put it on here. Now I'm going to have to put my pearl back on. I have to use a little water, but you definitely want to get the crown itself centered on top. Make it kind of straight and go ahead and let those. And then what I do is I'll actually take something, like in this case I've got my bamboo skewers, to put on either side of this so it's not going to roll. And then I'm going to let that dry overnight.